What's good, YouTube? Yo, welcome back to yet another one of IGN reactions. I'm a bit late on this one. I wanted to do this earlier, but I completely forgot. Yeah, that's just how it is. But I'm here now, right? Anyway, we're gonna watch the best game of the year 2024 edition of IGN. So this is going to be, bro, I just know there's gonna be biased. I just know, bro. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be fucking great. In the worst way possible. Anyway, yo, get some snacks, relax, sit back, because we're gonna hit up that IGN review, baby. Let's fucking go. Alright.
Good luck, Indy.
In 2024, we saw games where soldiers dove headfirst into alien planets to defend Earth, Princess Zelda led her very own legend, a little robot overcame impossible odds to rescue PlayStation's greatest characters,
Okay.
and a game of poker unlike anything else. There can be arguments for why any number of our Best Game of 2024 nominees could take home the crown. A stark contrast from last year, where Baldur's Gate 3 and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom were locked-in favorites.
I mean, yeah, but that's because that year was very weak, right? That was a very weak game year. I think last year was a lot stronger.
The breadth of games on display, from Black Myth Wukong to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, means picking this year's winner was harder than usual. But ultimately, there was one clear winner. Here's IGN's best game of 2024.
Alright, so who do I think they are going to pick? I know for a fact that they are not going to pick Black Myth Wukong because they have mistranslated a bunch of the shit that the game studio for Black Myth Wukong said. They hate that game, they hate China, so they're not going to pick Black Myth Wukong because they're very biased, alright? Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they didn't even nominate it. It might just be a fucking like a, what you call it, honorable mention or something, because they clearly do not like Black Myth Wukong. They clearly do not like the Chinese market, and that goes to show because they've never said anything positive about anything that came out of China or anything like that, or like Eastern games that go against like Western standard of games right now, with like Stellar Blade and all that kind of stuff, right? So IGN could be, you could say IGN is like a platform that hates video games overall. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we have. Oh boy, honorable mentions, here we go.
Before we get to the overall winner, let's look back at some of the other games from this year that deserve your recognition, starting with our honorable mentions. These nominees were much loved by IGN's editorial team, but didn't get as many votes as our winner and runners-up. That said, they deserve your attention nonetheless.
Okay, so they voted in IGN headquarters what game should win. Yeah, okay, yeah, Black Myth Wukong is definitely in this. Yep, definitely. They did not vote for that shit. Nope. Rise of the Golden Idol. Never heard of it.
The mystery is afoot in the sequel to 2022's delightful point-and-click game, The Case of the Golden Idol.
Okay.
Set 200 years after the events of the first game, Rise of the Golden Idol returns with more devilishly clever puzzles where you solve various crimes that begin to combine into one grand mystery.
Alright.
Go experience the world.
What was that?
Find your strength.
The Fashion Nikki series has always had its share of
Infinity
devotees.
Nikki. Oh, bro. People were pissed. People were pissed about the new UI update, bro. Because they've been getting pushed like to buy stuff in the game, and the players didn't like that. This game is not gonna survive long, bro. Honestly, if the majority of players are gonna be pissed about a UI update that pushes them to use the gacha and buy gacha in a gacha game, this game is not gonna survive, bro. Because, oh, it ruins the aesthetic. It ruins the vibe. It seems like this game wants to do me to buy stuff. Yeah, no shit. It's a free-to-play game. How the fuck else do you think it keeps afloat? The fuck?
The dress-up simulator was a pleasant, cozy way to pass the time, collecting different outfits and making your character as cute as they can be. But Infinity Nikki is a bold reinvention, combining all the elements fans loved, along with the amazing outfits they could create and adding a vibrant Zelda-like open world to explore.
I know what you are.
Silent Hill?
I know why I needed you.
There were doubts as to whether
Damn.
Bloober Team could faithfully remake one of the most beloved horror games of all time.
Okay, so the remake of Silent Hill did not win. Interesting. It's an honorable mention. Alright. Well, Steam Award would definitely disagree.
Even Bloober admitted as much, citing the mixed reception some of their previous horror games have received. But the determination to do right by the source material paid off, as Silent Hill 2 delivers one of the scariest and best gaming experiences of the year. Faithful to everything that made the original great while updating the rusty, aging bits beautifully, Silent Hill 2 embodies everything that's great about the original and then some.
I will fulfill my destiny and save the kingdom.
The Prince of Persia, one of gaming's forgotten greats, finally got a new game worthy of the Prince's title. This 2.5D Metroidvania delivers one of the most exhilarating revivals of any franchise in recent memory, and with its tight controls, excellent action, and swashbuckling storytelling, this is the best Prince of Persia game since Sands of Time.
Yeah, but that's because... Oh, here it is. Black Myth Wukong. I think the reason why Prince of Persia didn't get as much recognition as it did, because people wanted a 3D game. You know, the game started as a 3D platformer. And when a 3D platformer downgrades to a 2D platformer, people are gonna be upset. That makes sense, right? The only game franchise I can think of that could go from 2D to 3D to 2D to 3D is Rayman. Because Rayman started originally as a 2D platformer, right? Then it made its way to 2D later, or 3D later on. And then it came back with, you know, 2D, like Legends and the other one, right? Like, I think Rayman has the capabilities to do this, but I don't think a game that started and originated from a fan base that liked 3D platformers can't go back to 2D. I don't think that's a thing that they should be doing. I think that's a dumb, I think that's a very dumb idea. And here we go. Black Myth Wukong in honorable mentions, like I fucking predicted. That's crazy, man. I was hoping I was wrong, but yeah.
Black Myth Wukong captivated audiences ever since its first trailer was revealed, but that was only a part of the story. Yes, the boss fights are epic and the combat is sublime, but this loving recreation of one of China's oldest, most beloved stories means millions of players can finally appreciate the legend of the Monkey Prince in a whole new way.
Millions of players, yet it did not get even the consideration for the nomination. That's crazy, man. It's an honorable mention.
One of the earliest surprises of the year was Animal Well. On the surface, it's another well-made homage to past 2D Metroidvania games. But the deeper you go, the more you realize Animal Well isn't all that it appears.
Isn't this the donkey game? Didn't like have like video game Donkey something to do with this game? I could be wrong, but
while the core gameplay and platforming are excellent, you quickly discover there's a massive puzzle at the heart of it all. So take out your notebook and get ready to put your brain to work to uncover the truth behind Animal Well.
Alright, here we go. Oh, bro, I forgot. They're definitely gonna put I forgot the name. God damn it. Dragon Age in there. They're 100% going to. 100%.
Next up are the games that were oh so close to being crowned Game of the Year, but narrowly missed out to the overall winner.
Oh,
If
okay.
you haven't played these games already, you absolutely should.
Don't you want to know what this is all about?
You're damn right I do.
Machine Games is back with another Nazi-punching blockbuster. And no, this isn't a new Wolfenstein game. Instead, the Swedish studio has endeavored to bring one of cinema's greatest heroes into the modern gaming age. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is essentially a truly great Indiana Jones movie brought to life.
Legend says that the Great Circle does have some powers.
Yeah, I think that's not a good game. If your description is that the movie came to life in a game, and there's a bunch of cutscene in it, like it's just a watch along at that point, you know? Like I don't really mind cutscenes in games, don't get me wrong. I think they have a purpose, and I think they can be well used in gaming, right? Like for example, in like horror games, to like present the the monster or like the enemy that you kind of have to run from or something. Like I think Outlast did that really good. Like there's like a scene where you are in a office, and then there's like a glass wall, right? Or a mirror, I think. Not a glass wall, my bad. A mirror. No, not a mirror. A fucking window. Jesus Christ. Sorry. A window, and it's like this gas chamber. It's like to it's to purify / neutralize, you know, like bacteria, you know. It's like a room that sprays you with stuff that makes you more clean, right? And then this big monster comes in that room, and then he sees you through the window, and then he tries to smash through the window, and they have to escape the room. I think that's a very good part to use the cutscene, you know? Because it establishes the danger. It made sure the player knew what danger was ahead and what is going to after them, right? And what they had to do, right? They gotta escape the room because that guy is coming after us, right? So I think in that aspect, it is a very important part in cutscenes, or like lore-wise. Like if you want to establish some lore or story, I think that's a very good section to do it as well. But some games lately have been very cutscene heavy, and it's just you do something in the game, and then a cutscene starts, and then you do something in the game, and then the cutscene starts, and do something in the game. You know, like keeps over and over and over and over. Like you have to chill with the cutscenes. Okay, this is a video game. Make me play the game, make me enjoy the story without a excruciatingly amount of cutscenes, okay? Because that is just lazy. I'm sorry, man. Like rigging 3D characters to make a story or establish a story for 80% of the game, that's just lazy game design. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's just how it is.
Something about its geometry, a deeper force that connects these sites.
And by great, we mean up there with the original trilogy, buoyed by Troy Baker's frankly insane portrayal of Harrison Ford's iconic archaeologist,
patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Circulimani.
The Great Circle feels like a dream come true for anyone who grew up enraptured by movies like The Last Crusade and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indy was never a shoot-'em-up hero. Instead, he used his brains as well as his brawns to solve ancient riddles and punch out bad guys. And that's something Machine Games has wonderfully adapted here.
Okay.
Whether it's exploring the ancient catacombs of the Vatican or sneaking up on fascists and
It looks very Uncharted-esque, I'm not gonna lie.
bonking them over the head, the Great Circle literally
Uncharted
puts
were
you
good
in
games,
the
so.
dirt-caked shoes of Indiana Jones, and it turns out it's every bit
Oh, it's POV. It's first person, I mean. Okay.
as fun and exciting as we imagined.
Alright. The Zelda game also didn't get nominated. Interesting.
Why is it called The Legend of Zelda if it stars Link? Is a question most have asked at one point in their life.
Yeah, but then you get older and then you understand that royalty always takes a spotlight above the hero. Or any like army general. I mean, like the people that die in war get like a Medal of Honor, right? But the generals that lead these people to die, they get the real medals. They get the real honor, right? So it's just rank, all right? It's just an it's just a class issue. But I do think The Legend of Zelda is purely because it is about, well, the legacy of Zelda, right? So it kind of makes sense. But yeah.
Well, ask no more, as Echoes of Wisdom puts Zelda in charge of her own legend in this new top-down adventure game. Visually similar to the 2019 remake of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Yeah, you know why? It's the same engine. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but I'm not going to praise Nintendo for using the same engine and like changing it a little bit to make Zelda a character. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I might be wrong on that, right? Maybe it's a completely new engine and it just looks similar. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But from my objective truth right now is it just looks like the same engine. I'm sorry, bro. It's just a remake. That's it.
Echoes of Wisdom is very much a true Zelda game, complete with the classic puzzles and dungeons the series is known for. It's clearly learned from more recent games in the series too. And even though Echoes of Wisdom is more of a classic Zelda experience, the free-form creativity of Breath of the Wild is present, thanks to the Echoes mechanic that lets Zelda conjure whatever item and enemy she encounters, leading to all kinds of madcap solutions. Stuck on the other side of a ledge? Just stack a bunch of beds together to cross.
It's lazy game design. I'm sorry, man. I'm fucking sorry, bro, but it's just lazy game design. Oh, we want to make a puzzle that makes you that makes you think and like has to really take time to like solve. Nah, let's make a platforming puzzle where you can stick beds together to make it across. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. Zelda really gone downhill with this shit, man. I'm sorry.
Duh.
Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage.
Wow, Helldiver 2 also did not get nominated. That's crazy, man.
Be free. Join.
Bro, who are they left?
Are you doing your part in the war to save our galaxy?
I'm doing my part.
If not, jump into Helldivers 2 and start blasting away at alien and robot scum. Arrowhead Game Studios delivered one of the new live service games of the year with the sequel to its isometric alien shooter. Reimagined as a squad-based third-person shooter, Helldivers 2 is both a satirical take on the military-industrial complex while also being an addictive blast thanks to its potent mix of high-powered weaponry, devastating orbital drop missiles, and a spirit of Earthian patriotism.
It's upon us.
Okay.
The reunion.
Here we go.
When war
Final Fantasy also did not make the cut? Bro, what is gonna make the cut?
worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
After the prelude that was Final Fantasy VII Remake, we finally get to the heart of the adventure in the second in Square Enix's planned trilogy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth encompasses some of the most important moments from the original, but more than that, stands on its own as a brilliant open-world RPG. What stands out almost immediately is how much love Square Enix has for these characters. It's clear Square Enix wants players to spend as much time as they can with Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, Barret, and Red 13, providing plenty of side quests, minigames, and expanding entire moments so that we can all spend just a little more time with the gang before they resume their mission in the fight against Sephiroth. It makes these moments all the more valuable too, given the ending to Rebirth and the approaching finale.
Astrobot didn't make the cut either? What?
Astrobot's life began as a humble mascot for the Playroom tech demo. Anytime Sony had some new hardware to show off, whether it was the PSVR headset or the PlayStation 5, Astrobot was there to guide players through the ins and outs of whatever new system Sony wanted to show off. But with Astrobot, the adorable little mascot finally takes center stage.
They finally made a game that is literally just an ad for all other Sony games.
This colorful, vibrant 3D platformer isn't just a showcase for the PS5's powerful GPU and fast SSD, because between the unbridled level of creativity in each level and the controller-stressing difficulty of some of the harder challenge runs,
I'm sorry, bro. I've seen the difficult platforming sections, but that's nothing. That doesn't look like nothing, bro. I've played a bunch of platformers. Personally, I think the most difficult platformer I did, I think it's Odyssey, and I think what's that stage called? It was like that long stretch of a level where if you died once, you had to start over all the way back. It's like an end game content, right? I think it's the moon. No, it's not the moon. Hold on. Oh, here, this darker side. Here we go. Oh, this section, yeah. This one is stressful, man. Look at this.
I don't know,
yeah.
Cappy. Oh my god.
Yep. Not even capping, everything like that. That's difficult. But yeah, anyway. That was one of the most difficult things I've done in platforming history ever. From whatever I saw from Astrobot, that seemed like piss easy shit, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just giving it a buck.
Astrobot is pure delight and wonderment. Every ability Astrobot plays around with, from inflating into a balloon or punching enemies with bungee fists, never fails to amuse even the most hardened gamer. We don't say this lightly, but PlayStation might have just found its answer to Nintendo's Mario.
Nah. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to discredit Astrobot. I think it's a very good game. I think the premise is pretty good. And it probably is a really fun game, don't get me wrong. But I'm sorry, bro, but you can't match up to Mario with just being a clone of Mario. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. It's just not how it is. That's not how it works.
Two ancient elven gods.
Oh, here we go.
They were horrific tyrants.
Here we go.
The worst is still coming.
After a brief
Dragon
interlude
Age.
into the live service genre with games like Anthem, and a perhaps ill-advised attempt to rush out another Mass Effect game with Mass Effect Andromeda, BioWare has gone back to what it knows best.
Making shit games.
A good old-fashioned dungeon-crawling RPG full of delightful characters, witty dialogue, and the chance to create a character who looks and talks exactly the way you want them to.
A damn good-looking hero, if I do say so.
But while BioWare may have opted for a back-to-basics approach to storytelling, there is one area of major improvement: the combat. It's not unfair to say this is the best a BioWare game has ever played, from its sword and sorcery combat to even the way you traverse the myriad of dungeons.
It looks so mid, I'm not gonna lie, man. It looks so fucking mid. I've never played this game, but from what I've seen of this game, it just doesn't look good at all. I'm not even talking about all the bullshit about the dialogue and the condescending story or lessons for like LGBTQ characters, bro. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just straight up looking at the gameplay. This shit just straight up does not look fun at all.
And mystical locales. While we're only one game into the BioWare renaissance, all eyes are back on the storied studio.
Yeah, but not because of a good reason. It's not because they made a fantastic game. It's because of a whole different reason. It's pretty much rage bait the game, honestly. Alright, here we go, Balatro. We are in the these are the nominations, right? I'm not stupid, right? There's no way this is not one of the nominations.
It's just a poker game with some roguelike mechanics, we remember saying to friends incredulously when they first told us they spent all night playing a little game called Balatro. How good could it be? Turns out, after tens of thousands of poker hands and hundreds of hours spent playing, Balatro still has us wrapped around its fingers. A lot can be said about Balatro's addictive qualities and how it has this magnetic ability to get you to play just one more round. The reason for Balattro's rapid ascendancy is how it took one of America's oldest games and refashioned it for one of gaming's most popular genres, the roguelike. The combination of classic poker rules and randomized Joker and tarot cards that augment your combos and bump up your high scores so you can get to the next round is pure gaming bliss. Balatro is built on creating seemingly endless moments of elation and devastation in equal measures. All you have to do is play your cards right. Literally.
All right. Oh, here we go. Metaphor, baby. Let's get it. Winner?
For years, Atlus's cult RPG series Persona went from being a cool underground RPG series from Japan to one of the biggest franchises in modern gaming. But with Metaphor ReFantazio, it's clear the developers behind Persona were seeking to push themselves to new heights. Trading in the modern-day Japanese high school setting for a pure fantasy world full of long-eared knights and bat-like ninjas, Atlus's Studio Zero has created an incredible and timely meditation on political strife and demagoguery.
One has to ask.
So far, I've played until I think the king died. Yeah, the king died. They had the funeral, and the main guy, I forgot his name. He what you call it? He announced that he wants to become king, and then there was like this whole like ceremony of like this giant levitating thing that eventually turned out to be the king himself, and then he nominated these people that could have a chance to becoming king, and they had like some amount of time to like prove who should become king, and then the person who became king, or who the majority of the people wanted to become king, will become king. That's where it stopped. So far, I have not really been that impressed with the story that far. I don't really like the main character a lot. It's a very blank slate. It's a very insert character, you know, trying to like appease to somebody. Oh, look, this is you. Here you got questions and 3 answers with the same answer. Thanks, great, very immersive. But anyway, but yeah, so far I'm not really that invested into the story. I think the Stroll. I think Stroll's my favorite character thus far. And I think I like the combat. I think the combat's okay. It hasn't really gone that impressive to me yet, but I'm very early in game, so I'm not really judging the combat just so far because I haven't really unlocked any special things so far, right? I think it has a lot of good qualities, a lot of good ideas, but it hasn't really grasped me, if that makes sense.
Them dead, who shall take the throne?
After the death of the king, the United Kingdom of Uchronia, divided by racial prejudice among its citizens, begins the process of holding its very first popular election that kickstarts a grand cross-continental adventure. For anyone familiar with the Persona series, you'll find familiar hallmarks here.
Oh.
Players split their time crawling through difficult dungeons full of horrifying monsters while spending free moments building up relationships with various party members and inhabitants around the country. But while the Persona games spent these quiet moments reaffirming the virtues of youthful friendships, Metaphor uses these times to tackle headier questions. What defines a knight's duty, or the responsibilities of those born into wealth?
Yeah, you know, that's the difference between Western and Eastern games. Eastern games tell you what it is, right? And they let you figure out or give you your chance on why something is the way it is. Western games, however, tell you what it is and then explain why you're wrong. Yeah, that's how it is. Western games really want to drive home what the correct answer is, and Eastern games are like, these are the questions, figure it out, think of it yourself, and whatever you come up with is the right one. because it's a very opinionated thing. It's not a objective reality. And I think that's what Eastern games do a lot better than Western games nowadays, man.
Can one ever heal from the pains of racism? And is religious tolerance a foolhardy endeavor? These aren't easy questions to address, but are asked plainly throughout Metaphor's 70-hour playtime.
No, I think Western games have, or Eastern games have always done this. They've always been this, they always address these kind of questions. It's just Western games don't know how to, they know how to ask them, right? They can address them. But they want to also answer it for you, and I think that's the issue.
While Studio Zero refrains from giving clear-cut answers to the...
Yeah, exactly. That's what they should do. They don't have answers because there's no correct answer. But Western games think there's a right answer when there's not.
These questions, it instead acknowledges the virtues of empathy, kindness, and strength in the face of overwhelming fear and hatred that can take root in an uncertain world where leaders promise salvation in exchange for unwavering loyalty. Wrap these philosophical musings in a stylish turn-based RPG that looks and feels stupendous, complete with beautiful character designs from artist Shigenori Soejima and music from Shoji Meguro, and you'll quickly understand why Metaphor ReFantazio is IGN's pick for Best Game of 2024.
Oh, it is the winner. Okay. Alright, I was a bit confused there, but yeah, okay, I agree. Yeah, I mean, IGN, they got the good answer, that's for sure, but holy shit, bro. Nominating Valgard is crazy to me.
You'll be a hero. Trust me.
Ew, imagine playing on dub. Disgusting.
So congratulations to Metaphor ReFantazio and Studio Zero, and also to all of our other winners and runner-ups in 2024's IGN Awards. Be sure to check out our full list of award winners for Best Film, TV Show, and more, and we'll see you again in 2020.
Wow, I can't believe it actually. Bro, you know what's the funny part is? Here it is. Hold on. No Black Myth Wukong on the thumbnail whatsoever. At all. So you already knew. You already knew, bro. From just that, you already knew. And then we have the end. Best PlayStation game of 2024. I'm willing to bet that Black Myth Wukong also did not win on this one. Same with Stellar Blade, but they are both one of the biggest games that are on PlayStation. Like, but I bet they're not. So, oh, look at that dislike ratio. Fucking hell, holy shit. 3.7k, 31k. Wow. Yikes. Yikes. Anyway, that was the best games of 2024 according to IGN. Just because the winner made sense, I think the winner is fine. I think Metaphor is definitely a very good winner. The fact they put in Black Myth Wukong as honorable mention is honestly, that's just brain dead. Like, that just shows that IGN is full of morons. I swear to God, bro. Probably because they just couldn't even, they were just stuck fighting the first boss in the game. And they couldn't get further and they just got mad and they're like, no, this game is garbage. They couldn't fight that mouse guy. Yep. That's what happens. They couldn't beat this guy. Hold up. This is where they were stuck at, bro. This one.
Everyone tried to beat
they couldn't beat this guy.
God damn. I'm dead.
I did. Alright. Just to clarify. Here we go. And there you go.
Yeah.
See?
There you go.
I did beat it. But I bet all those IGN employees couldn't. That's why they're mad. That's why they didn't give him nomination. Like, insane, bro. I'm not even mad if Metaphor lost against Black Myth Wukong. I think that's fine. I think Black Myth Wukong or Metaphor are fantastic games. But Dragon Age? A nomination for Dragon Age? That's brain dead. That's some fucking agenda pushing, bro. Like, that's insane. But yeah, with that being said, that's about it. Take care.